I was telling yesterday that we shall discuss about one of the important Veda mantras that is chanted during Namakarana Samskaram. That is christening. Kosi. 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 Ko S mark C. Kosi. Katamosi. Katamo S mark C. Kosi Katamosi. Kasyasi. Kosi Katamosi Kasyasi. Ko Namasi. Kosi Katamosi Kasyasi Ko Namasi. Yasya te nama. Yasya te nama amanmahi. Nama manmahi. Nama manmahi. When split it is nama amanmahi. Yasya te nama manmahi. Yam tva somena Yam tva somena ati trupama. Yam tva somena ati trupama. Kosi katamosi kasyasi ko namasi. Kosi katamosi kasyasi ko namasi. Yasya te nama manmahi. Yasya te nama amanmahi. Yam tva somena ati trupama. Bhurbhuvaswaha. 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 Suprajaha. Suprajaha. Prajabhihi syama. Suprajaha. Prajabhihi syam. Suviro. Suviro. Viraihi. Suviro viraihi. Suposho. Suposho. Poshaihi. Suprajaha prajabhihi syam. Suviro viraihi. Suposho poshaihi. Yajurveda 7.29. Yajurveda 7.29. Kosi katamosi kasyasi ko namasi. Yasya te nama manmahi. Yam tva somena ati tripama. Bhurbhuvaswaha. Suprajaha prajabhihi syam. Suviro viraihi. Suposho poshaihi. Yajurveda 7.29. There are several mantras that are employed during the Namakarana. And one very important mantra in that Namakarana Samskara is this one. I have to just imagine what happens there during the Namakarana Samskara. The parents are sitting on their lap is a just born baby, maybe a week or 10 days old. Is there on their lap. Now the parents are wondering. That is, okay, we parents, we have prepared the Sharira Indriya Manas. Fine. The Sharira Manas is visible. But what about the soul? They have not created. They have not invited the soul there with their monitoring and control. It has just come, depending upon how the Sharindra Manas was prepared. And there is one great force behind it, which has sent the soul into the Sharira Indra Manas, prepared by, manufactured by these two parents. So they're addressing that soul and wondering, Kahasi, who are you? Who are you? A soul has come. That is certain. A soul has come. It is certain. And the soul is in this Sharira Manas, prepared by, manufactured by the parents. It's alive. It's alive means there is a soul in it. Who are you? We don't know. We don't know. Kosi, Kahasi, who are you? They're just wondering, who are you? We don't know nothing about you. We don't know your background, what you are, what are your samskaras, what were you earlier. No, we don't know anything. You are a stranger to the world. You are a stranger. Who are you? They are wondering, Kosi. Okay, then Katamosi. What is the order of your life? Is it the first life, second life, or the 10th life, 100th life? How many times you are born and dead, and now you are here? We don't know the statistics. We don't know the record. We are unable to comprehend. We are unable to understand. So the order of your birth also we don't know. What you were earlier, what you are now. No. We fail to understand. We fail to comprehend. Who are you? What's your life now? What's the number of your life now? Is it 10th one, 12th one, 5th? We don't know. Totally we are in dark. We don't know anything about you. Tasyasi, to whom you belong. To whom you belong. We may claim that you belong to us, but no, we have no control over you. We never chose you and asked you to get into the Sharindra Manas. If you were to be ours, we could have done it. No. To whom you belong. Not to us. It's a divine plan that you have come into the Sharindra Manas, that's fine. But whom you belong to? We don't know. We don't know. Tasyasi, to whom you belong. Our claim that you belong to us is superfluous. Or maybe is true for this life for some time, that's all. But to whom you belong originally? We don't know. Ko namasi. What is your name? This is a wonderful question. What's your name? The soul has no name. It has passed through several lives. And during every life, it had different names. It was called by some name in one life, some name in another life, another name. What is your name? No, you have no name. I cannot name it. Even now, if I am going to name you, that's not yours, because it will be there only during this span of life. And it was not that name earlier, and it's not going to be your name in the next birth. What is your name? Sorry, I don't know. See, it's all they're wondering, keeping that child on their lap. Who are you? What's the order of your life? To whom you belong to? What's your name? Nothing is known to us. Nothing is known to us. Then to whom the name is given? That is a very important thing that we have to understand. We cannot give any name to the soul, because it is a traveler from one life to another. And in each life, in each phase of its birth, it has got a different name. So there is no one original name for it except that telling that it is soul, Atma, that's all. Or Jivatma at most. You don't have any particular specific name of yours, which can be carried on from birth to birth. No. So actually, the name is given not to the soul, but to the Sharira Indriya Manas. It's a Sharira Indriya Manas which is given the name. And with the same name, we deal with the soul because there is an inseparable relationship between Sharira, Indriya, Manas and the soul, at least in this span of life. The Sharira, Indriya, Manas and the soul, they are coming together and it stands for throughout this life. They cannot exist without one another. They are inseparable. So the name what is given to the Sharira, Indriya, Manas is used to recognize you also through that. So the name is given to the Sharira, Indriya, Manas, and by that name only we transact with you. As it is, Ho Namasi, what's your name? We don't know, we are in dark. Yasyate Nama Amanmahi. So now we are going to give you a certain name through the Sharira, Indriya, Manas, and actually the name is to the Sharira, Indriya, Manas, and through that we transact with you. I'll have all actions and reactions with you in that name. That name is to your tool. You have got Sharira, Indriya, Manas, and it is your own Abhimani Sharira, your own unique Sharira with which you transact, you work, you act and react. So we give a name to that, and the same name will apply to you also. But you don't have a name of your own. Now this naming has got some purposes. The very first purpose, it is called as Vyavartana. Vyavartana is the first purpose of giving name. Anything, to anything. Not only here to this baby, but to all. We give names. Let this be called like this, let this be called like this, let this be called like this. So that naming is part and parcel of our life. Without naming, we cannot do things. So the purpose of naming is, number one, Vyavartana. Vyavartana is to segregate. Vyavartana is to segregate. All are not alike. They are different. Only when we give name, it is possible for us to segregate it from others. So, for example, I say this, then I say that. When I use this word this and that, it is very clear there are two things and they are not the same. Because one is called this, another one is called that. That is different from this, this is different from that. So this is segregating, this is segregating. If I use this for both, there will be confusion. So to differentiate, I say this, that. This is Vyavartana. But this will not suffice. This will not be sufficient to carry on things. Okay, please bring that. What to bring? That what is that is in my mind. But when I say somebody to bring that, they will not be in a position to understand what is that and bring it. So every object, every thought, every person needs a specific name. So we direct it straight. That is called as Nirdeshana. That's the second purpose. One is to segregate. Second one is to identify it by itself. Nirdeshana. Nirdeshana is basically point it out and say, that is the very thing what I want. So when I say just that, it's a common one. So with that, I will not be able to point out at a particular thing. So it needs a name by itself, and I give that name. Bring that chair. If I call that chair, yes. Bring that and bring the chair. Bring the chair is better than bring that. Bring that, I don't know what to bring. There are so many things. If I say bring that chair, yes, that chair is the name given to that object straight to identify it, to point it at. That's the one. For most of our things, this is sufficient. One is Vyavartana, one is Nirdeshana. That's what we do in many situations. So as citizens, we are given on citizen number. Okay, if that number is told, yes, it is that particular person only. So Vyavartana is done, segregation is done, and Nirdeshana is done, pointing out at the very right person. It's done. In factories, each part has got a number to identify it. That's Nirdeshana. So Vyavartana and Nirdeshana is sufficient to segregate and specifically point at a particular person or thing or anything. But now Vedas have got a better vision and they give a third dimension, especially while naming people. While naming human beings, it considers the third dimension, which is very, very peculiar and specific and unique for Vedas. The third one is called as Adarshana. Adarshana. The first one is Vyavartana. The second one is Nirdeshana. The third one is called as Adarshana. Adarshana is setting up a goal, setting up an ideal for the life. Anyhow, we are doing that. Naming is necessary, without which we cannot do. Anyhow, Vyavartana is done. Anyhow, Nirdeshana is done. For the same thing, that the third dimension called as the Adarshana. That's the ideal what the person has to achieve in their life. So the naming, if it considers all the three in case of a human being, yes, the life of the human being will be really purposeful and useful. Adarshana, ideal. Say for example, a person is named as Satyavrata. If the name Satyavrata, the person is segregated from others. That's done. Vyavartana is done. And we are using the specific name Satyavrata. Oh Satyavrata, come here. Oh Satyavrata, recall Satyavrata. Yes. Nirdeshana can also be done. We can point at that very particular person. But in addition to these two, the third very important thing is the ideal is also given for the person to achieve in the life. Your name is Satyavrata, one who always speaks truth. That's a goal. So when you are leading your life and you are doing your things, please keep this in your name and be fitting to that name. Don't lie. Be truthful. And let truth be your ideal in your life. Satyavrata. So the name and your quality, the name and your very life will both match. So that shall be your ideal. Satyavrata. Subhashini. That's another example. Subhashini. One who speaks truth and one who speaks sweet, auspicious things. So that's the name given to you. So you have to achieve it in life. You have to become in accordance with you have to lead your life, you have to frame your personality in accordance with the name that is given to you. So you have to become Subhashini. Having your name as Subhashini, you are not supposed to fight with everyone or go on calling them with bad names. Then you are not Subhashini. You are unfit to be called as Subhashini. I have given a beautiful name to you, Subhashini. So please have a watch on what you talk and see that it is really pleasing. That's the name given to you. So whenever we call her with the name Subhashini or Satyavrata, the person who is calling is also reminded of the meaning of it and help that person to achieve it. And whenever the person is referred to by that name, then the very person will be motivated to achieve that goal which matches with their quality. The name and quality should match. What is it they call? Anvartha Nama. That's another word. Anu Artha. According to the meaning of the word, they have to lead their life. Anvartha Nama. It matches. The quality and personality of the person matches with the name given to them. So the very name what is given works out as an ideal, as a goal to achieve. So the life has got one direction. What is the direction? The very name itself is the direction, and they very frequently will be using that name and be reminded of that goal and direction. Adarshana, Vyavartana, Nirdeshana, and Adarshana. With that purpose, we are giving you one name. Without name, we cannot transact with you. Without name, we cannot have actions and reactions, contacts and relationships with you. Name is essential. We are giving it. Yasyate nama amanmahi. So we as parents, we don't know anything about you. We don't know anything about your antecedents. We don't know who you are, from where you come, what is the order of this life, and to whom you belong to, what's your name, nothing we know. But we have to give some name for Vyavartana, Nirdeshana, and Adarshana. So because of that demand, we are supposed to give you a name, and we are giving it. This is what they declare during that Namakarana Samskara. Yam tva somena ati tripama. Next. Yam tva somena ati tripama. We shall provide you ati tripama. We shall provide you to a satisfactory level what is required for you. All the requirements you need in this life, we shall provide it as parents. Because during infancy and childhood, it cannot take care of itself. It needs the support of the elders. Okay, that support we shall provide you. Somena. Soma means with love. With love. We shall, with love, provide you all that is required for you to the satisfactory level. Yam tva somena ati tirupama. We shall provide you with all your needs, so that you will grow healthy, you will grow intelligent. And all this we will do with love and with karuna, daya, with mercy, with a merciful attitude, with a love, with compassion, we shall bring you up. We shall give you whatever is required. It's our commitment to you. So during the Namakarana Samskara, the parents commit to the child that we shall take care of you. We shall see that you grow healthy physically, mentally, and spiritually. We shall provide for all the things that are required. It's a very important thing to observe. Only when we are capable of doing this, yes, we have a right to bear children. If we are not capable of doing all these things, there is no use in just getting the children and throwing them out as brats. No. They have to be brought up well. It's the responsibility of every parent. For having begotten a child, is their responsibility to provide them what they need so that they grow physically, mentally, spiritually, well, healthy, and strong. It's our commitment. So as parents, we commit to you. We commit to you, and we shall see that you are given all the things to the level of satisfaction, with love and with compassion. Now you are under our safety, you are under our guardianship. We cannot claim that you belong to us. No, God has sent you here. We don't know your antecedent, who you are, what you are, nothing we know. But we shall gradually try to understand what you are and transact with you and provide you with what you need for a good development of the body, mind, and spirit. Shall do it. Yam tva somena ati tripama. And our prayers to God. Bhur bhuvaha swaha. Bhuhu bhuvaha swaha. We pray to God. Bhuhu bhuvaha swaha. Bhuhu, that which is there everywhere, omnipresent. Bhuvaha, that which supports the whole universe, the supporter of all, omni-supporter. Swaha, one who is bliss. Swaha is bliss. You are omnipresent, you are the support of the whole universe, and you are the source of bliss. And we remember you and try to keep up this promise to the best extent possible. How do we do it? 3 steps are then given there. Suprajaha prajabhisyam. Suprajaha prajabhisyam. We shall make you a supraja. Jai is just born. Praja, born well. Supraja, born well with extraordinary qualities. Suprajaha, prajabhisyam. We shall also become praja and make you a supraja. We shall become supraja and make you a praja. We shall be that. We have to make our children have good qualities. We as parents should possess it. If we don't have, we cannot inculcate them in our children. The children will pick up values, the children will pick up qualities in life, values in life, provided we as parents have got it, are practicing it, and work as a role model to them, not otherwise. Because they live with us. They imitate what we do. They always look at us as to what is to be done. So what we do has to be really careful, and we have to do it consciously and in such a way that it will work for them as a wonderful role model. So prajaha prajabhisyam. We shall become the very good citizens of this world. We shall become right human beings and make you also right human beings. Human beings worthy to the name. Those human values we shall practice and see that you will also imbibe it by our role model. So prajaha prajabhisyam. Suviro viraihi. Next part. Suviro viraihi. Veera in general Sanskrit is understood as one who is valiant, one who is brave. But vimiti chetanam irayati prerayati iti viraha. One who motivates, one who influences, one who inspires the soul is called as a Veera. That's the right meaning of it. Vimiti chetanam irayati. From irayati only has come irayati prerayati. Prerana. Ir gatau. That's the root. So one who motivates, one who inspires, one who prompts, and that is called as prerana. And one who does it to the soul is called as a Veera. One who influences, one who inspires, one who motivates the soul to take the right track, to tread the right track is called as a Veera. Suviro Veerahi. We shall be inspired, we shall be motivated, we shall take the right path and make you also take the right path through our motivation, inspiration. Suviro Veerahi. Once again, it's a role model. Once again, we as parents, we shall be a role model to you and we shall get motivated, we shall be inspired to do right things, and the same thing we shall see that you will also imbibe and make you Suvira. One is inspired in the right sense. Suviro Viraihi. For that we need lot of inputs. Inputs for the body, inputs for the mind, inputs for the thought, inputs for the soul in the form of samskara. So that is taken care of in the third one. Suposho poshaihi. Pusha pushtau is the root. Nourished. Nourishment. So we shall be nourished and give the same nourishment for your overall development of the body, mind and the soul. Suposho poshaihi. So it's a promise given by the parents to the child on lap. So keep the child on the lap and say all these things. We don't know who you are. We don't know your antecedents. But for the purpose of our routine transactions, we need a name. To achieve the purpose of Yavartana, Nirdeshana and Adarshana, we are giving a name. And then onwards, we are giving you a lot of promises and we shall do so many things. That is, provide you with all that is needed to the satisfactory level. We shall become right persons and make you also the right person. So prajaha prajabhisyam. We shall be motivated and inspired and see that you are also motivated and inspired. And whatever is required for our nourishment, we will get it. And the same nourishment we will share with you so that you become well nourished. At Sharira, Indriya, Manas, and also the spiritual level. And all this we are doing in the name of God, Bhur Bhuva Swaha. That God give us that strength to achieve all this, that God give us all the necessary inputs so that we can pass it on to you. You are a new member to the family and you are fresh to this world. Fresh to this world means in this body you are fresh and you need so many things, and all that what you need we shall provide to the satisfactory extent. Forget about your antecedents, we don't know what it is. We cannot know also. So we name your body with some name, and with that name we transact with you because you are always in the body as long as the body is there. You are part of that. You reside in that. Therefore, we give a name to the house, and in the same name, we talk to the one who resides in that house. That is you, the soul. Kosi, Katamosi, Kasyasi, Ko Namasi, Yam Twa Somena Titrapama. Yasya te nama manmahi. Yam tva somena titrapama bhur bhuvasvaha suprajaha prajabhisyam. We shall become right human beings and good citizens of the world and make you the same. Suviro viraihi. We shall be motivated and inspired, and the same inspiration motivation will pass it on to you. Suposho poshaihi. We shall be nourished with what are all the inputs required for the physical, mental, and spiritual development, and the same thing will pass it on to you. This is our promise. So, when this is said to the child which is on the lap, it is not possible for it to acknowledge, but it is possible for it to grasp. And it becomes our bound and duty to satisfy this promise. So, when every parent gives the right name to the child, taking care of not only Vyavartana and Nirdeshana, but also Adarshana, and give all these inputs to the child, yes, definitely the growth of the child will be wonderful. It grows uniquely. It grows in a special way. Every child is special. So they come up with their specialities, they come up with their uniqueness, and will be able to contribute a lot to the world, at the same time leading a very happy and peaceful life. Provided the parents really satisfy, really keep up their promise in these words. Yam tva somena titrupama suprajaha prajabhisyam suviro viraihi suposho poshai. They keep up all these promises. Yes, the life becomes wonderful for them as householders and for the child to grow up, and they can bring up the child in a right and beautiful way. All these is included in this small Veda mantra, Kosi katamosi kasyasi konamasi yasyate nama manmahi yam tva swamena titrapama bhurdhvasvaha suprajaha prajabhisyam suviro viraihi suposho poshai. All the promises and commitments that the parents are taking upon themselves to see that the child is brought up in the right way as a useful human being, useful for itself and for the world. Now, one more point, not exactly related to Namakarana Samskara, but to other things. I've been telling here that this name is given to the Sharira Indriya Manas and not to the soul. The name doesn't get stuck to the soul. Through the body only, because that soul resides in this body, as long as it is in the Sharira Indriya Manas, yes, it is referred by this name. Actually, the name is given to the Sharira Indriya Manas and not to the soul. This is a very clear thing what you have to understand. So when the soul doesn't have a name of its own, once it leaves this body, it becomes nameless again. And the name gets stuck with the Sharira Indriya Manas. And this is for the body, the name is for the body and not for the soul. Soul once again becomes nameless once it leaves this body. And you put a photo of the person with the body, that photo is nothing but Sharira Indriya Manas. Manas is gone, Sharira, that only structure, outer structure is there. And below that we say, date of birth so-and-so, date of death so-and-so. It is to the body. The birth and death is to the body. And soul has no name. This I am stressing because we have got another tradition of performing rites after the death of a person. So after the death of a person, they perform in the tradition so many things. They call it as Tithi, they call it as Masika, they call it as Dharmodaka, they call it as Vaikunta Samaradhana, so many things. There are so many such names given. So they perform so many things. And even different religions too have got such practices. Maybe they call by different names. But Vedas say it is all unscientific and irrational. Unscientific and irrational. Let me explain a little. Now, what is death? It is separation of body and the soul. Now, the soul continues its journey, being nameless, it has no name. Being nameless, it continues its journey, depending upon its karma phala, the resultant of what all it has done in this life. As a resultant, with the resultant, it moves on its journey and there is no name for it. And it continues its journey. Maybe in the birth and death cycle, it takes another body, goes somewhere, so new relationships, new environment, new framework. And there is no link with what it was here and what is going to be future. Separate, delinked, and a fresh one. But the traveler is the same. The soul is the same. It carries with it its impressions. What we call a samskara. It carries and goes forward. Over. It's gone. It's not under our control. I cannot summon it. I cannot ask it to come. Because once it leaves the body, it is into the divine law. It is into the divine system and moves on in the journey according to its karma phala. Over. Gone. What about the body? It's a decaying material. Because the soul is not in it, it's dead material. And because of its decaying nature, we dispose it off as early as possible. Cremation, for example. Bhasmantam shariram. It is created and converted into ash. So converted to ash and we get rid of this decaying material. Over. Now, all things are over at this point and no further ritual or anything is prescribed in the Vedas because they are both out of control. One has been converted to ashes, the other one continues its journey according to the divine law. It's all over. So those who are traditional and conduct so many rites after death, it is all useless and futile. To whom they are doing it? The soul is gone, the body is gone. It's neither to the soul, it's neither to the body. And there is one more practice while performing this, not only in the Hindu religion, in different religions also. They summon the soul by its name. They summon the soul by its name and pray, do something, this and that, so many rites. When the soul is nameless, once it is out of this body, how can you call it with name? Name is gone, name is to the body, body is into the ashes. Even if I call by that name, nobody is going to answer because it was not its name for the soul. It was for the body and the body is gone, it cannot come. Whom you are summoning? Whom you are calling? My father, my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, my mother, great-mother. Whom you are calling? There is nobody who can answer that call. Because soul never had that name at all. It cannot answer. It says it's not my name. I had given some name to the body, and as long as it is in the body, I accepted that name. I have left the body, now I have no name. No body, if it is capable of speaking, it says, we had given some name, we have burnt me down, it's gone. My name is gone. How can I answer your call? So summoning the dead souls itself is unscientific and irrational. In several religions, they speak of this. They call it as seance. Because the dead souls are summoned. And they say, we call the soul. You can talk with the soul. Your mother will come, your father will come, your brother will come, your grandfather will come. So many things they say. Calling of the souls. All that is cheating and it will never happen. That's irrational. Many people are doing it. Many people are doing it. Even now. So they were so much attached to their parents, father or mother or brother, whoever it is, and they are dead. So they are so unhappy. They are so depressed. So they say, you come to us, we will call that soul, and you can talk to that and be free from that. But like that, the souls cannot be summoned. It cannot be summoned. Even on an object. As I say, a person is kept, and upon that person, we invite those souls. It's a very big racket that's going on even today. One best example I can give you is, you have heard of this Houdini. Houdini, a great magician, an escape artist. Houdini, Houdini. He's a world famous magician who was capable of escaping from any lock, any box. That is his capacity and specialty. Before he came to this magic, he was bereaved of his mother and had a lot of attachment to his mother, and he wanted to talk to her mother, but she was dead. So he went tapping doors of such people who can summon the souls. But everywhere he found it was cheating and no soul came. And the cheating was a wonderful act of magic. So he got interested in magic and studied it and became a great magician. And finally he understood that souls cannot be invited, souls cannot be summoned like that. He realized, and in the process, he studied a lot of magic, lot of techniques, and became a great magician himself. Now, finally, what I mean to say is, soul, once it gets out of the body, it cannot be summoned back to it. We can have no contact with it. It is irrational and unscientific. So anyone who says so, anyone says you have to perform these rituals, these traditional things, so that the soul will be resting in peace or you can contact with it, all those things are irrational. Once the soul gets out, it goes on its own journey according to the divine law, and we have no contact with it anytime, anywhere. That is what Vedas say. It's very scientific, it's very rational. It's gone. According to its own karma phala, it moves on. It is not stagnant, it doesn't stay in one place. It moves continuously, it continues journey. Ata satatya gamane, that's the root for the word Atma. It moves and moves and moves over. We cannot catch hold of it. Same thing to us also. As long as we are in this body, yes, we have got all these relationships, other things. Once we quit this body, they are gone. All relationships are severed at one stroke. Our journey continues depending upon our karma phala, where we are to be born and how we are to be born and what's the environment where we are to be born. It's all be decided by the divine law. Even today, it's not possible for us to investigate and find out and discover what the divine law and how it works. It's beyond our comprehension. But Vedas say it happens, it is according to the divine law, it happens, and it is you can be rest assured that it takes the just route, the right route. That's the system what we have got, which you can observe in all other places, and we can very well place our belief on the other thing. But it is a belief on truth, so we call it as Shraddha. So we can have Shraddha on this. It's not just a blind belief, it's Shraddha. The journey continues. Whatever was there, the previous thing, all those antecedents will be cut off. It's a fresh system, fresh relationship, fresh environment. But the person who is continuing the journey is the same soul, is his impressions. Now all these are reflected in this one mantra, Kosi Katamosi Kasyas Konamasi Yasyate Nama Manmahi. We are giving the name to you, which is purely temporary, as long as you are in this Sharira Indriya Manas. As long as you are using this tool. Once you stop using this tool, your name is gone. You have no name. You become nameless again. So when you take birth, next time, someone has to place you on their lap and say, this is the name you are giving. And then again, a naming ceremony will be done to you. You don't have a name permanently. The only name what is there for you permanently is Ata Satatya Gamane Atma, a continuous traveler. That's all. A continuous traveler is the name for you. But with that, we cannot do this work of Vyavartana, Nirdesha and Adarshan. That cannot be done with that. So I have to go for other names, use it, and once the person is dead, the name is gone. So all these things very scientifically and logically is explained in this mantra. So if you understand this very clearly, yes, the travel of the soul will understand very well, and the purpose of giving a name to the person also will understand. Of course, the same thing is required for things also, or thoughts also, but things and thoughts, they are not living. The living person needs it for adarshana. Adarshana is ideal, to achieve an ideal, to achieve a goal. So all these things are taken care of, and purposefully a name is given, intentionally a good name is given, so that they become that in their quality and life. Anvartha Nama, that's Anuartha. That's the name what is given and their character both have to be intact, coherent. their character and their nature should follow the name what is given. Anu Artha. Then life becomes very purposeful. Just giving some name which has no meaning and other things are no use. Here they give the ideal. Maybe they give it in their own language. That's a different issue. It's not that everyone has to give in Sanskrit only. Maybe in every place, say even in Islam, Arabic, they have got many words which give a great ideal to a person. Fine, fine. Depending upon their language, depending upon their way of communication, good name has to be given so that it works as an adarsha. It works as an ideal. It works as an goal to achieve. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we shall stop at this. One mantra we have studied, and other things we'll discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow also is possible. Tomorrow means it is Sunday night for you and Monday morning for me. Thank you. Namaste.